welcome back to Void Art Studios, and today I am going to be reviewing the Gisela by Leedle Dynamics. The Gisela is an interesting blaster because it comes in a bunch of different varieties. There are 4 different configurations for it. It can be either side prime or lever action. It can be and it can be either single shot or mag fed. Mine is side prime single shot. So yeah. I wanted lever magwell, but the person I was buying this off of was not able to get those parts made in time and wasn't able to build it, so I did have to also build this myself. But it is quite gorgeous. And yeah, let's start the overview. Starting up at the front, you have this muzzle. This is not a P car, this is not a B car, this is not any sort of rifling at all. But this blaster is still relatively accurate, which makes me wonder what was up with the Satakili. But yeah, going back from here, you have the top tactical rail. It is Picatinny rail, so we'll take any Picatinny spec attachments. And I have attached to it the sights from my Rush. And they'll probably not be on there permanently, but I have them on there just, you know, so I can aim during the firing demo. Underneath that is the string track, essentially, where the elastic rests. And you actually it's a good idea to take off the front muzzle piece to string the blaster, if you ever have to restring it, or, you know, if you're building it and then stringing it. And it's these 2 bitty white pins up at the front are where your muzzle attaches. Of course, you'll know that if you know, watch the build guide while you're building it. And yeah, so all of these blue pieces up here are moved by the priming bar here, which is, this is the priming handle, essentially. So you take this, and to prime it, you pull back, and it will reveal the breech. To load it, you put in a single dart, and then you close it, and the dart goes in the path of the elastic cord. And then you can pull the trigger down here, and the blaster fires. And that is pretty much how it functions. Going back from the trigger, you have the grip, which is a saber style, or like a long rifle style grip. And it feels actually really comfortable to use. This blaster is surprisingly comfortable. The stock and the grip are modeled in a way that's really comfy, even for my gigantic hands on this relatively smallish blaster. And of course, on the stock is the ammo holder. It'll hold 4 extra darts, and it's just nice to have because you can just conveniently reload from the stock. It's just really nice and convenient. Do note, if you are going to print this yourself, I will leveling. Solo leveling? What the hell am I even on about? I will leave a link, unlike what I did with the Satakili. I completely forgot to do it because I've been doing a bunch of nostalgia reviews lately. I will link the files in the description for the Gisela. And if you build it, print this ammo holder with probably you're going to want max infill, and you want a lot of walls, because the person that made this didn't, and in the build guide that's actually made by Leedle, you're supposed to clamp it over, and so it's supposed to give a little bit and then clamp back down. Well, it broke on mine, so, but, oh crap. That's not good. What I was going to say is a little E6 fixes everything. Apparently E6'd my desk. Fun. There we go. Yeah. Moving back, the stock, it's pretty comfortable for a printed butt plate. The stock is a bit short, but overall this blaster is kind of small. I mean, it's a stringer, so it doesn't have to be big. I mean, a longer string track and then a longer, like, draw length would have probably been cool. Just so maybe it would have even more power. But they didn't end up doing that for the Gisela 2. It's just literally a single shot lever action plunger stringer. But yeah, back to the Gisela 1. Yeah. Overall, that's really all the features I have to talk about with the overview for the Gisela. Now let's take it outside and fire it. Alright, we are out on the range with the Gisela, and I am going to be firing, what do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 different dart types, but I'm only going to be firing 5 of each because it is a single shot blaster. And yeah, we shall do this. Next up, I've got Dart Zone Ember Darts. And again, I've got 5 of them. Whoa, 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 whoa. Excuse me. Where did you go? Where did you go? Of course, I should have realized. I'm in the nice weather with a bright red and blue blaster. I'm going to eventually attract bees. I would have never expected for slightly lighter darts to have worse range. Maybe it's stringer ballistics, I wonder. Maybe stringers favor heavier darts. So next up, I've got Nerf Pro darts, which I have seen having more improved results in stringers. Well, the nail clipper. I think in my nail clipper video, the Nerf Pro darts did really well, if I remember correctly. I don't watch my own videos. Oh, that one Yeah, I can hear they're not shooting as hard. I wonder why. Like, you can hear... A lot of times when you're over a certain FPS, you can hear the darts going through the air. They make a sound. But these are not making that sound. I've noticed. Or it's quieter. I'm saying that mainly because I run my testing process now with almost entirely worker darts. And these firing demos are really my chance to test it with other darts. And speaking of testing, I wanted to test in front of my live, well, not studio audience, but YouTube audience. I want to try... I want to try Strife X darts. These are... They are half-length darts, but they have AccuStrike heads on them. And seeing as these don't have compression barrels, the head being the same diameter as the body might not be as big of a problem. So I want to see how these work, and maybe if they increase accuracy, these might be worth it for stringer users. They're definitely weaker. But they don't make the whoosh sound. I don't know. I'm arcing them into that pocket though. Actually, I want to try something. I'm going to take just a shot for range with all of these darts that we used today and see if there's any accuracy discrepancies. Like, see if any one dart is more accurate generally than the other. So, I'm going to be aiming way left of the target, just arcing it. Or maybe I'll do to the right of the target, just so y'all can see them shoot. That was pretty straight. I don't know what was up with the Satakili then. Okay. It was also relatively accurate. They're all getting the same range. And that one actually went shorter. Interesting. They're all pretty accurate. I don't know what was up with the Satakili though. That was weird how inaccurate those darts were. Does this thing have rifling? No, it is not rifled in any way. I don't know. It's got a longer shroud, but I don't know if that contributes to accuracy in any way. Well, you learn something new every day. Thank you for being a part of, well, sort of my testing process? I don't know. I haven't gotten a chance to test this outside yet, and I did all my testing with worker darts. So, yeah, this is overall a new experience for me, but let's go inside and talk about it. Alright, we are back inside with the Gisela. Let's talk about it. Starting off with the results, I put it up over my chronograph and I achieved an average velocity of 98 feet per second, which is, I mean, that's about what one of Leedle's stronger stringers is doing if you string it well, and I strung it pretty tight, so that is a believable FPS. And yeah, let's talk about it. So first of all, practical implications. The Gisela is not really a practical blaster in either of its ways, because in terms of the single shot version, it's single shot. It's slow. I do like that you complete part of the prime action to open the breech, and then the rest of it finishes when you close the breech. And then you just close the breech with the priming handle. I like that it does that. But like, it's still a single shot blaster, so it's going to be relatively slow. The mag-fed version is also, sadly, pretty impractical because the magazine well replaces this breech. So, with that stated, yeah, the mag feeds in the top, which is awkward. You have to pull it out and then do that, and then you have to have offset sights, and then you have to make up for those offset sights, and it does end up being pretty, like, whatever. I mean, I mainly wanted the Gisela because I wanted another lever mag blaster, but now seeing that Leedle also makes a more practical lever mag blaster, that being the Leviathan, I might see about getting that one instead. But, other than practical implications, what else? It's fun. It's very, very fun. And this action is very, very satisfying. And I mean, if it was lever action, it would be like, it would function like a Martini Henry in that regard of being like really like lever action with a pop-up breech. And yeah. But it's not a bad little blaster. And it's fun. It's at least fun. And fun factor is really all that matters with a foam dart blaster. And it's fun. In terms of aesthetics, it's pretty nice. It's kind of got that, like, futuristic feel that a lot of Leedle stuff has. Like, futuristic, but also, like, futuristic, but also old at the same time, because Leedle has a lot of blasters. It's like you have like your lever action or your brake action, but they all look super futuristic. So, and you know, the single shots. So it's really cool how Leedle's like design works. And yeah, it's a pretty nice blaster. I do enjoy a little bit of Gisela in my life. Yeah. I don't really have any complaints about this. The build, I've never built a Leedle blaster before. I've taken apart and rebuilt some of my blasters. I don't like building printed blasters. I would rather pay a little extra money to support someone in the hobby and have them build it for me, because a lot of people do like building. I don't like following rules when it comes to the creative side of the hobby. I don't like having to follow instructions. That's why I mod. So I can break the rules and make this damn thing, which I need to showcase on the channel. I've been meaning to do that since I did this mod in like July of last year. I'll showcase it sometime. I need to. But yes. The Gisela was not a hard build. It was just about as boring as any other 3D printed build. But it was not a hard build. And it didn't take me very long. I think it took me maybe half an hour. So, yeah, just pull YouTube up on your computer, sit down at your desk or your table, and put it together if that's what you so want to do. Or you could likely custom order it on... I don't know if anybody still has it available on Etsy, but there's probably somewhere you could custom order something like this. Or if you're in a Nerf group, see if one of the people in your group is open to commissions. I mean, there's a couple of guys in my group that do commissions, and that's how I got the Corsair and the First Mate, which will be in future videos. I just wanted to do the Gisela first because it's the most wacky and funky and unique one. But my overall opinion on this blaster is very high. It's very fun, despite, you know, not being terribly practical. That's not how I Nerf. Practical can be nice, but overall, I'm in this dart blasting hobby for the fun factor, and the fun factor on this thing, even though it's a single shot, is still pretty high. And it may not even be hard to convert this thing to mag-fed. I'd have to see. I would probably have to take it at least halfway apart to get that piece. But I also don't want to have to deal with the offset sights. So I might just keep it single shot and then use it for maybe if we ever do like an Awfuls round, I could use this. But anyways, I will leave a link in the description to not only the files, but I'll also see if I can find a link to anybody that makes custom orders for this thing, and if I can, I will put that in the description as well. The reason why I'm doing just files and not hardware kit, because hardware kits usually have a link to the files, is there is no hardware. The only hardware is bulk buy elastic shock cord that you get from Amazon for like $5 for 25 feet. I still have a bunch of it left. After you know, buying my nail clipper, restringing my nail clipper, restringing my nail clipper again, restringing my nail clipper again. I've had to restring it a few times. I might see about filing the track down, because I think that's what's causing it to snap strings. And then stringing my Corsair, stringing my First Mate, because I did buy those not strung, because the person did not have the cord. But yeah, this cord is very cheap for a lot of it. So yeah, these are very cheap, very accessible blasters. Some of the most accessible in the 3D printing world, and I will always endorse Leedle blasters. I may even have a mild obsession because of just how easy these things are. Something German engineering. But anyways, if you did enjoy this video, then please do leave a like and subscribe. Comment your favorite Leedle Dynamics blaster. Actually, comment your favorite configuration of the Gisela. And I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye!